Tesle, and welcome to my second and the last session. Okay, so this is the last session, and before I start my session, so I want to do the recapitulation of what we did in my previous session. And so in previous session we talked about two literary devices. Okay, yes. So what should I say? I talked about the rhyming words. I talked about the personification. Okay, yes. Now we are going to do the what should I say, the next literary devices. But before that, I told you to visit this what should I say, website where the Tibetans, they write in English. Okay, there are some articles, there are some poems like this. Okay, yes. So this is Tibet Writes, and the other one is High Peak Pure Earth. Okay, yes, Rito Satsang. Okay, now if you visit this, you will find the genuine Tibetan writers writing in Tibetan. Okay, and you will also find in Tibetan also. Okay, yes. So let us talk about the next, which we say that literary device, that is repetition. Okay, yes. So repetition is another literary device used by the poets. Okay, yes. So this is a repetition. Okay, so repetition is a poetic technique used by the poets to draw readers' attention to certain ideas. Okay, so there will be repetition of words, there will be also repetition of phrases and sentences, and in some cases the whole stanza can be repeated in a poem. Okay, yes. So the repetition is used just like Gitanjula has to which is say to give which is say tone. Okay, yes, beat, and which is say beauty in the poem. Okay, so repetition. Okay, yes. So let us take an example. Okay, repetition. Okay, yes. Day after day, day after day, we stuck, no breath, no motion, as idle as a painted ship upon a painted ocean. Water, water everywhere, and all the boards did shrink. Water, water everywhere, no any drop to drink. Okay, yes. So this is a, what should I say, an extract from a very popular poem. Okay, that is in class 10. Okay, if I am not wrong. So this is a very beautiful poem by William Coleridge. Okay, yes, the Rime of Ancient Marina. Okay, yes, Samuel Taylor Coleridge. I'm sorry. So it is written by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. So if you look at these two stanzas, you will see the repetition. Okay, day after day, day after day. Okay, yes. If you look at the next stanza, you will see water, water everywhere, and all the boards did shrink. Water, water everywhere, no any drop to drink. So this is an example of repetition. You got it? Okay, yes, some words are repeated or some lines are repeated. Okay, let us take another example, the brook. Okay, yes. So some of these poems are coming again and again. Why? Because these poems, they have got so many literary devices. So as an example, we need to rely on these poems. Okay, so yes, we are talking about the repetition. Now if you look at this, you just see what are the lines, what are the which we say words that are repeated. Okay, so this is a poem. I told you, whenever you read a poem, you read so many times and then you will get some idea, the beat. Okay, for example, I come from haunts of coot and hern, I make a sudden sally and sparkle out among the fern to beaker down a valley. By 30 hills I hurry down or slip between the ridges. By 20 tops a little town and 100 bridges. Till last by Philip's farms I flow to join the brimming river. For man may come and man may go, but I go on forever. Okay, so if you look at this, okay, yes, you will find the repetition. Okay, yes. In this case, the repetition is not just one word, it's not just one sentence, it's a 3 sentence. You see, to join the brimming river, for man may come and man may go, but I go on forever. Okay, yes. Now, if you look at the last stanza, okay, actually this is not the last, but here in this extract, this is the last. Okay, otherwise the poem is quite lengthy. Okay, I chatter, chatter as I flow to join the brimming river, for man may come and man may go, but I go on forever. Okay, yes. So this is a repetition, poetic repetition. Now, what should I say? I make lots and lots of similarity between poems and songs. So in these songs, okay, you see some lines repeated. And what is that repetition called in song? We call it chorus. Okay, so chorus is the line which is repeated in a lyrics. So in poem, we call it poetic repetition, or in the other term, we use refrain. Okay, so what is a refrain? Refrain is a repetition. Okay, yes. So if you look at this, I chatter, chatter as I flow to join the brimming river, for man may come and man may go, but I go on forever. So if you look at this poem, okay, the complete poem, you will find this particular line, okay, repeated throughout the, poem. So this is a repetition. By now you got some idea what repetition is. Okay, some words are repeated, or some phrases are repeated, some sentences are repeated, and in some cases the whole stanza is repeated. Okay, so you must have got some idea what repetition is. Even in the song we have got repetition. Okay, yes, in the song we call it not refrain, we call it chorus. Okay, yes, the lines which are repeated. So there is a another literary device. What is that called? Repetition. Okay, yes, there are so many repetition in a poem, I told you. Okay, yes, so that is the thing, repetition. Now what is the next literary device we have? Okay, we have the imagery. Okay, yes. So when we were talking about personification, that word, the Latin word personification, if you look at this carefully, you will find the root word. Okay, that root word was person. Okay, now from that we get some idea what is the meaning of that word. Now here we have got another word, that is imagery. Okay, yes. Now if you look at this word carefully, you will find one root word, the main word, okay, from which these words come out. Okay, so imagery, what root word do you find? You find image. Okay, yes. So what do you say, image? Image is something that we see. Okay, yes. Now here we are not just talking about the something that you see. Okay, yes. We are talking about the word that is related to all the senses. You got it? Okay, yes. So what is a imagery? Imagery, the poet used words that appeal to the reader's senses. What are the senses? Sight, hear, smell, taste, and touch. It is the art of painting images, not using paintbrush, but by using words. You got it? So imagery, that is a skill. Okay, yes, that is a tool. Okay, what is that tool? That is a tool by which we try to paint an image, a picture in the minds of the reader, not by using the paintbrush or color, but by using the words. Okay, poet use personification sometimes in order to, paint a picture in the mind of the reader, not just by using some descriptive words, but they use some figure of speech. Okay, they use some sentences. Okay, for example, the personification, simile, and metaphor. By using all these things, we are trying to paint a picture in the mind of the readers. So that is imagery. Okay, so imagery, when we were talking about imagery, you must have come across the words related to the senses. Okay, hearing, taste, touch, see, all these things. Now let me give you an example of imagery. Okay, yes, imagery. So in imagery, we are trying to paint a picture in the mind of the reader. Okay, yes, that is not just related to the poetry. You can also use this in your own writing, even if you are writing a diary, even if you are writing one story. Okay, this one you can use. Why? This is literary device that you can use in both the poetry and in your prose. Okay, yes. For example, Dasa is very beautiful. Okay, yes. So if you are writing about Dasa Dharamsala, okay, yes, some students write like this. Okay, Dasa, it's very beautiful. This is one way of what should I say, writing. I'm not saying this is wrong. Okay, yes. Now, if the reader, if he or she looks, then Dharamsala is very beautiful. So, beauty has got different meaning. Okay, yes. Each person has his or her own with the idea of beauty. Okay, so that is what you are doing. You are just telling Dharamsala, it's beautiful. Okay, yes. So, it's very important for you to use show skill. You try to show. Okay, yes. So, here we are talking about which sense Dharamsala is very beautiful. Okay, we are talking about the sight. Okay, something related to seeing. Okay, yes. So, this is one sense again. Now, instead of writing Dharamsala is very beautiful, ordinary, where people may not form any kind of image. Okay, so now you know, okay, imagery. What is imagery? Imagery is a tool. Okay, this is a tool by which I'll be able to paint the picture of Dharamsala in the minds of the reader. Now, if you know this, now you will bring some change. Okay, we are talking about the writing process all the time. Okay, there are so many stages your writing go. So, in your, what should I say, revising or editing like this, okay, what do you do? Okay, Dharamsala is very beautiful. Now, how am I going to create a picture in the mind of a reader to convey the message that Dharamsala, it's beautiful? Okay, yes. Dharamsala has lots of fresh rivulets coming loudly from the hills. They are multi-colored flowers with sweet smell blooming everywhere. So that is just an example. So here what I'm trying to do, okay, I'm trying to paint a picture in the mind of the reader. What am I trying to convey? I'm just conveying, okay, the message that Dharamsala, it's beautiful. I'm not just saying Dharamsala is beautiful, just an ordinary word, but I'm trying to convey, okay, yes, I'm trying to paint a picture. So at least this you can do, okay. So whenever you just go through your own writing and see wherever you can make some editing. Okay, whenever you come across some words like this, okay, for example, sentence, Dharamsala is very beautiful. This is not, what should I say, the sentence where you use imagery. Now you just try to create a picture, okay, and that imagery depends upon you. If you are a very good writer, you get used to all these things, then you can come up with a very beautiful picture very easily. But if you are not, okay, yes, you need to practice, and then if you keep on practicing, you will come to a stage where you will be able to paint a picture, not with a paintbrush, but by, what should I say, these words. So this is imagery. Okay, I don't know whether I'm able to create a picture in your mind or not, but this is what you have to do. And you as a student, you can come up with so many beautiful because you're creative, all these things. Okay, yes. So I'm talking about the sight. Okay, likewise, we have got so many other senses. Okay, yes. Now, suppose let us talk about auditory. Okay, so auditory means if I talk about hearing, okay, it's related to ears. We have got so many sense organs. Now here I'm talking about the seeing. Now let me give an example. Okay, yes. For example, my uncle is very loud. Okay, yes. Now if you now loud, this is related to our hearing. Okay, yes. Now this is a very simple sentence. Okay, there is no imagery. My uncle is very loud means people may also get some idea, but some people may not get any idea. You are not trying to create a picture in the mind of the people. So my uncle is very loud. Now instead of, what should I say, using the loud, you just try to paint a picture of what loud really means. Okay, yes. So that way it depends upon you. I told you, if you are a good writer, all these things will come out very easily. But if you are not that much, you just try to develop. Okay, yes. So after all, so by using imagery, my uncle, it's loud. My uncle speaks so loud that my tiny room shakes. Okay, yes. So there is some kind of exaggeration. Okay, yes. We can also say hyperbole like this. So my uncle speaks so loud. Okay, now I'm just giving you an example. My uncle speaks so loud that my tiny room shakes. When somebody speaks, what should I say, very loudly, okay, that even if you are sitting in a very small room, your room just starts shaking. Okay, now this is the picture that I'm trying to, what should I say, create in the minds of the reader. Okay, so if you look at these two sentences, obviously there will be a difference. Okay, the first one without any imagery use, that's simple, my uncle is very loud. If you look at the second one, okay, it depends upon you. I told you, you can come up with much better. Okay, if you read more books, if you come across so many stories which has used extensive use of imagery, you will get some more idea. Okay, so my uncle speaks so loud that my tiny room shakes. Okay, now there are some other things that you can do. So basically what I'm doing, I'm just trying to create a picture. Okay, yes. So what I'm trying to say is, please try to use this imagery, even if you are writing a prose. Okay, yes, definitely in the poem. Okay, so I will be giving you some examples, okay, from the poem, and then we will see how these images, whether you are able to, what should I say, create an image in your mind or not. Okay, yes. So let us try to look at some of the example of imagery used in the poem. The first one is The Daffodils, okay, by William Wordsworth. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Now, if you look at this particular stanza, the poet, okay, tries to create a picture, okay, not just telling, but trying to create a picture, okay. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats high over vales and hills. You see the clouds flowing. Okay, yes. When all at once I saw a crowd, okay, crowd, a host of golden daffodils. There are so many daffodils. Instead of saying daffodils, I saw a crowd. When we say crowd, you see some kind of picture, okay, a host of golden daffodils. The daffodil is the name of a flower, yellow color, okay, yes. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, what are all these daffodils doing? They were just fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Now you are able to see a picture of daffodils, that yellow flower, dancing and fluttering when the wind comes. Okay, so he was trying to create a picture. So that is an example of imagery. Okay, yes. Second one, let us talk about another poem, Siesta. Okay, yes, siesta, what do you mean by siesta? Siesta is the afternoon nap. Now, sometimes during hot summer, okay, you take nap, okay, short nap after, having your lunch or like this. Okay, so this is a poem which was already in class 7 or 8 textbook long time ago. Okay, yes. After lunch, when the flies had ceased buzzing over the food-littered floor and the air was still and heavy, when only the soft plop of drops from a leaky tap into a half-tin pail broke the quiet, my wrinkled grandmother would ask me to comb her long wet hair, and as the comb furrowed through the dark shining mass, and the smell of a coconut hair oil mingled with the warmth of midday sunshine. Okay, the poem is not over. Okay, yes. So here, if you look at these words, okay, food-littered floor. This is another image. Okay, food-littered floor means you are able to see a picture of a floor which is filled with so many food. Okay, leftover food. So, okay, creating a the air was still and heavy. Okay, you can see the air was still and wash and very hot. The soft plop of drops. Okay, yes, from the leaky tap. What is the which you are able to create an image of a tap from which the water comes. Tick, 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 tick. So it's a leaky tap. Okay, yes. Half filled tin pail. You are able to see basically. And what about old grandmother? When my old grandmother, it's just an ordinary. Now, when we say my wrinkled grandmother, you will see, okay, you are able to image, you will get the image of a grandmother who has got lots and lots of wrinkle on her forehead. You got it? Now, these are the imagery. Did you understand? Okay, one more. I am the rain gently patting on the rooftop, the drop sliding down your window. I glide past the glow of your lamp, clinging to the warmth of your fingertips as they press against the glass. Losing grip, I slip away. Now, if you look at this, there is extensive use of imagery. Okay, how the raindrops comes. Okay, yes. So this is imagery. So that is the thing. Okay, so with this we have come to the end of the which is a poetic device, imagery. Now let us talk about symbolism. Okay, yes. So again, symbolism. Do you see any root word here? Symbolism. In personification, you have got the root word. In imagery, you have also got the root word. Now in symbolism. Okay. Symbolism. So symbolism is another literary device. So in this symbolism, do you see any word that is familiar to you? Yes. Okay. The word symbol. So symbol, it has got its own meaning, but on top of that, it has got other meaning. Okay, it is not just the literal meaning, it has got other meaning. Okay, yes. Now I'm going to give you an example of which is a symbol. Okay, for example, giving a red rose. Okay, yes, red rose. Now suppose if I give one rose, there are so many roses, there are so many color. Okay, yes, it comes in different color. So suppose if I give one red rose to one girl. Okay, yes. Actually, I'm just giving up one race. There are so many roses, sunflower or marigold or so many things. I'm just giving red rose. Okay, that is one thing. But on top of that, it has got other meaning. Okay, yes. When I give someone a red rose, what does it symbol? It symbolizes what should I say, other things. So that is the meaning of symbol. We use object, we use animal, we use so many things just to give some kind of idea or feeling. Oh, it symbols other things. Okay, actually it is an ordinary flower. Just there are so many flower and one rose. Okay, but when I give it to someone, okay, it symbolizes different things. So that is the use of symbolism. Did you get some? Now there are so many which are symbols that we use. Okay, for example, red. Okay, color red. Okay. So actually this is one of the color. Okay, yes, color. But when I show this, it symbolizes so many things. Okay, yes, it's sometimes it may show danger sign, and sometimes it may show don't move, stop, like this. Okay, so these are symbol. Okay, now from symbol we have that literary device, symbolism. Okay, yes. So let us look at the definition of what symbolism is. Symbolism, this is a poetic device. Symbol is something that stands for itself. Okay, like I've told you, it's a rose. Okay, it has got its own meaning. Okay, but something larger than itself. It may be a person or animal or an inanimate object or an action. The poet used this to explain abstract ideas so that the reader can understand better. Okay, now sometimes the poet, in order to convey some abstract ideas, the ideas that people cannot easily understand. For example, friendship. Okay, yes, what is a friendship? We cannot understand. It's abstract, something related to our mind. Okay, when I say pen, then it's everybody can see. Okay, now abstract is something that is beyond what should I say? It deals with our different faculty. Okay, yes, so something that is not easy. So if poet wants to convey some abstract idea, then they use this literary device, symbolism. Did you understand? Okay, yes. Now let us take an example. Okay, yes, go through, and then it will be much easier. Okay, yes. That the road not taken by Robert Frost. Okay, two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Okay, yes. Now, if you look at this poem by Robert Frost, Road Not Taken. Okay, now this poem is about two roads. Okay, yes, generally the road. Okay, it has got its own, which they say, meaning, the road. We all know road on which we walk. Okay, and it is also talking about the two roads. Okay, now it has got other meaning. Okay, the poet is trying to convey some other meaning. Okay, not just the road. So we believe that the two roads diverge in our, we are basically talking about the choices we make. Okay, yes. In a time, okay, in your lifetime, there will be a time when you have to choose. There will be so many options. There will be so many careers that you have to choose. Now, to understand better, let us talk about class 12. Okay, up to class 12, there isn't anything that worries you. Okay, but you have to go straight. Okay, and then when you reach class 12, then there will be one fork. Okay, yes, there will be one diversion. Okay, you cannot say I want to go on both the roads. No, you have to choose one. If you make a good choice, then you will be prosper. You will prosper in life. But if you make bad choice during that time, then you will be doomed. Okay, so two roads symbolizes the choices we make in our life. Okay, yes, you have to choose one, and you should be very careful. You cannot choose the road in haste. You need to take time. Okay, you cannot go with other students. You have to go alone. So the poet said, being a lone traveler, I long stood, okay, and studied the road. So it's very important for you to study. Okay, yes. So which road should I go? So two roads here basically symbolizes the choices we make. Okay, there will be time when we have to make choice, and making a choice, it's not easy. Okay, yes, that is one example of symbolism. Okay, yes, and then William Shakespeare. Okay, yes, the book As You Like It, which they say, and from that, this is one extract from the poem Seven Ages by William Shakespeare. Okay, yes, so all the world is a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. Okay, now this is one stanza from the poem 7 Ages. Okay, yes. Now if you look at this, you will find the symbolism. Okay, so if you go through this, I also got some doubt, and I just refer to my seniors and my mentors about this, because there is no doubt metaphor. Okay, metaphor means comparison. Okay, all the world is a stage. The whole world is compared to a stage. Okay, so on the stage, what is there? There are so many players, people who are taking part in a play. Okay, there are so the whole world, what is there? There are so many people, men and women. We all are just like a player on the stage. Okay, and they have their exist and entrances. Okay, yes. Now you see, what do you mean by exist and what do you mean by entrances? Entrances when you get in. Okay, when your role comes, then you get in, and when your role finishes, then you exit. Now, exit and entrance, we all are familiar. Okay, but it has got other meaning. What do you mean by exist? Okay, it is trying to symbolize something. What is exist and what is entrances? Okay, now you got some idea. So entrance means when you first come in this world, you are just entering the world. So this symbolizes our birth, and exist means when your work is done, you come out. Okay, yes. Now when we talk about our life, what do you mean by exist? We talk about the death. So exist symbolizes the death, and entrances symbolizes the birth. Okay, so you see, so this is a symbolism used by William Shakespeare. Okay, we all have exits and entrances. Everybody will just come in this world, and the the moment you came in, you have to also leave the world. Okay, yes. So birth and death. So symbolizes, okay, yes. Birth and death is, what should I say, the meaning of the main, exist and entrance. So that is just an example. So in one stanza you will see, and not just symbolism, there are so many other which are literary devices. Like Getenchola has already told you, in one poem there will be more than one literary device. So when we take out some example, one extract, you may wonder, okay, he's talking about the symbolism, but there are other literary devices. Yes, I told you, there will be more than one literary device. Now, I want you to look at the third one, okay, exist and entrance. It symbolizes our birth and death, okay, yes. And one example, okay, Thundup Gyal, you know Thundup Gyal, a Tibetan famous poet, okay, yes, Thundup Gyal, he's famous for his poem, Langcho Pabchu, okay, yes, this is a free verse, okay. So if you look at this poem, okay, translation of his poem, Langcho Pabchu, Waterfall of Youth, there is no particular pattern, okay. So that's why it is called verse, free verse, okay, yes. So this is about waterfall. Oh waterfall, you are the witness to the history, you are the guide to the future. Within each of your crystal clear drops of water, the highs and the lows of snowy Tibet are inscribed. And inside each droplet of your spray, the rise and fall of the cool land of snows are contained. Without you, how are we to temper the steel of sword of grammar? Without you, how are we to sharpen the razor of craftsmanship? Without you, the tree of medicine cannot flourish. The flowers of logic and fruit of inner sciences cannot possibly ripen. Okay, yes. Now, if you look at this poem looks, which is like an ordinary waterfall, okay, but it has got some different meaning. Waterfall symbolizes the youth, the energetic, okay, who has got lots and lots of force, energy, okay, yes. So, Thundup Gyal, okay, yes, Langcho Pabchu. This is the English translation. So I told you, which is the website, okay, High Peak Pure Earth. If you look at this, you will come across so many, which is English poems written by Tibetan, okay, poets. So Waterfall of Youth. Okay, so symbolism, I also told you when we talk about the songs, okay, when we talk about songs, there are so many literary devices. In Tibetan, I'm sure you must be familiar with one famous song, okay, Nyinda Karsum, okay, Nyinda Karsum, I don't remember, okay, maybe some great singer, okay, so Nyinda Karsum, Nima Dawa Kama, okay, so the singers, the great singers in Tibet, they are not that much free. They are just like a caged bird, even if they want to sing. Okay, yes, they are, which they say, always under surveillance. Okay, so sometimes what do? They use symbolism in their songs. Okay, yes, symbol. Okay, they are not directly saying all these things, paying tribute, but they are using symbol. So Nyinda Karsum, Nima Dawa Karma. So it symbolizes some people. You got it? So there is a symbol. Now with this we have come to all the literary devices, and before I say goodbye, let us once again go through all the literary devices which we have done, okay, because there will be one whole week after that. Okay, so what are some of the literary devices we did? Okay, we have got the rhythm, we have got the rhyme, we have got the repetition, different types of repetition. We have got alliteration, we have got simile, we have got metaphor, we have got imagery, we have got personification, we have got symbolism. Now these are some of the literary devices. Okay, so you have learned lots of literary devices. Okay, yes. One onomatopoeia. Okay, yes. Onomatopoeia. Okay, I don't remember the spelling. Okay, so I'm going to give this to you. Okay, your homework. Okay, rhythm, rhyme, repetition, alliteration, simile, metaphor, imagery, personification, symbolism, onomatopoeia, and there are many more. Okay, for the time being, we just discuss all these things. Okay, yes, and you know all these things. Now, once you are familiar with this, I want you to use this, start using this. The more you use, the more familiar you are. Okay, and then you can use this in your own, what should I say, poem or any kind of writing. Why? Because these are literary devices, and these are also called poetic device. If you use these devices in poem, it is called poetic device, and if you try to incorporate these things in your own prose writing, these are literary devices. Okay, and these, remember, I told you, these are devices, these are also tools. Okay, we have to take care of the tools. If you have the tools, then your work will be a masterpiece. Without the tools, how come your work will come out a masterpiece? Okay, so you got to have these tools, and tools we have already explained. We have already given you all these things. Okay, and if you are interested in learning more about this, if you look at the Google, okay, if you ask your Google, you will get lots and lots of information. Okay, so when we were coming up with all this, okay, we also refer Google, we refer so many things, we did lots and lots of homework. Okay, yes, if you look at one website, we used to look at 4 or 5 websites, so that we give you some, the consolidated idea, so that we don't want to trouble you, to tell you to look for so many resources. Okay, we try our best to come up to give you a short, crispy presentation here. Okay, yes. So with this, we are done with this week. Okay, we will see you in the next week. Till then, take care and bye-bye.